I think the hardest thing about considering mediation is whether you're actually willing to suggest it to the other side. If we end up going to the courthouse or to the administrative agency, they're the ones who are going to suggest it. And it's always easier to go ahead and nod, I guess we'll do it, if they're saying we have to do it. But why wait for the court? Why wait to be told to do the smart thing? And the suggestion is that while it used to be that it was viewed as being weak to suggest the possibility of mediation, if it's going to be asked of you anyhow, maybe it's just smart to suggest that you do it, and do it early, and do it before things get difficult and get expensive and get traumatic. And so I think maybe the next step is that our society will be such that they will say that, if we're going to be asked to mediate anyhow, why not do it early? Why not do it even before we're required to do it? Let's just do it because it's a smart thing to do. God, we're at the intersection of all these phenomenon and tendencies, and a lot of them are countervailing, simultaneously and paradoxically true. It's and then you get things like the current economic climate, which is going to make things even more true. It's just going to intensify things. So we have our work cut out for it's on a day-to-day basis. I pull my hair out and I say, why can't our society be smarter? Why can't lawyers be more enlightened? Why can't they be better with their computers? All these things. But then you look at what's happened over 25 years, which is actually a pretty narrow window, and it's mind-boggling. I was the wildest-eyed person in the field in 1983. We were going to take over the earth. There was nobody who thought we could, accomplish more than me. The reality is we've accomplished more than I ever imagined possible. Who'd have thought? There are more flavors of mediation than I can name. There must be 50. If we went for substantive programs, actual programs in place, there must be 50 different who'd have thought 25 years ago, with all the attorney and all the court resistance, that it would have gotten to that point. I'm actually a great fan of mediation because I think it's an archetype of a community. Two people trying to figure it out is an archetype, okay? Two people trying to persuade another, which is all the court, and that's an archetype. Two people trying to figure out with the help of another. It's just a very pure, For me, as you get into collaborative practice type of stuff, it's a little bit, now you're getting into hybrids. They're not quite as pure. So that, for example, the representational model is another archetype. I'll take care of you, okay? The mediation is we'll figure it out. Well, when you're doing collaborative law, you've got simultaneously the representational relationship, which is still the I'll take care of you in a collaborative way. So I just find it very, very intriguing. You and I track this conversation, and we're intrigued by it. The public is just looking for the right dog food. And so I think it's really interesting, when you're actually trying to simplify all this stuff and make it user-friendly and make it understandable in the marketplace, what are the pitches, and people don't like to deal with conflict. That's just the way, particularly in our society. Well, because what's been the ethos? Move west. Find more space. Keep going west. It's that the frontier mentality. It's this is America, land of freedom. You go to different societies. You go to the Netherlands, which is, for example, a society that has a lot of population density. They need to get along. They develop a very tolerant society. In Singapore, it's kind of for different reasons, similar things. But and so it's really interesting. Even the development of mediation, for example, in the United States, the thing that let it develop is what an unbelievable incubator our society is for new ideas. And if you've traveled around the world, that same frontier mentality has a great entrepreneurial quality to it, which is, well, if you don't like it, do something better. Good luck. We'll see you in the marketplace. There's no other society that is so much that way. But intriguingly, having developed mediation because of these entrepreneurial, maverick, new creative ideas, openness, to all this stuff, our society is actually quite conservative and if not puritanical when it comes, so you go to Europe and, they live in shades of gray. Here we live in black and white. It's, I don't need to go much further, but, they really, in Asian societies, there are also societies of balance and sweet spots and integration and the like. So it's interesting that the spark and the context that allowed mediation to grow, really just as a business. It's like why did the .com stuff start here? Exact same reason. Right? Openness, creativity, why you're doing what you're doing, why it's not an insane decision. Because we have a society that is open to new ideas. So you bring up an interesting topic, which is the intersection of issues like leadership and the growth of mediation, advocacy, activism in our field, and unfortunately, for many mediators, they're conflict averse when it comes down to it. They would really rather not necessarily stimulate controversy out there in the world, and yet the reality is that to really advocate for mediation, one sometimes needs to create a little bit of conflict. We really need to ask questions like, do people really need to do legal filings to gain access? How could we do this better? Do we really need to legalize every dispute? And so the original growth of mediation was very much based upon entrepreneurial, maverick tendencies. Now, over time, I think we've worked out our products to a great degree. They've diversified, they've refined themselves. I do, in fact, think that there is missing leadership in the mediation community that says that, while we're not perfect, while we often can't even say what makes a good mediator, while we don't have an answer to all the questions about qualifications or even ethics or the like, the reality is that the services we offer are hugely valuable, and that the services we offer are certainly no more imperfect than the other services that are being offered out there in the marketplace. The beauty of the work that we offer, I think, is that it really is geared to helping people be at their best and to resolve their own issues in a way that's true for them and durable. And the more we can assist people to resolve their own issues, the better. We simply can't impose our will and enforcement over so many millions of disputes. So mediation deserves to be more highly valued. We need mediators and other leaders to recognize its important, critical value in our society, and the time to do that is now.